Can I play you something special? Can I? Please, brace yourself. Now, anybody who knows me well will be able to tell you I'm a huge fan of the Muppets, colossal fan of the Muppets. I've got DVDs and everything. And one of my favourite characters is Camilla, who is singing here with the rest of the chickens, their version of CeeLo Green's Forget You. Now, I was reminded of the lovely Camilla and her chickens when I discovered this week about Camilla. Camilla, the space chicken. She's an intrepid astronaut who's been sent into the stratosphere to study a solar storm. Not only is she a space chicken, even her space suit is knitted. If ever there was a rubber chicken made for the afternoon show, it was a Camilla. The man behind it all is Romeo Dersher, who joins us on the line now from, of course, NASA in America. Hello, Romeo.
Well, hello there, Vic.
How are you today, sir?
Oh, we're doing fantastic. And hold on, I have Camilla here, too. She is actually in Washington, D.C. right now, and she is on a conference call. So 1 second.
It's Camilla! Afternoon, Camilla. How are you today? She's gone away now. The line's gone down.
She's doing really well. She's kind of losing her voice. She's been doing a lot of interviews lately.
I bet she has, after her trip into space, Romeo. What must it have been like for her to make that trip?
Well, she was really excited about this. And really what Camilla wants to do is she wants to educate about the sun and about space weather. And she wants to get kids excited about the science. And she wants to show that engineering and science are such fun subjects to study. And she loves to have a good time. So when she was able to get on this mission, I mean, there was no stopping her.
I bet there wasn't. Well, what would stop her? I mean, she's got everything she could possibly need, including a knitted spacesuit.
See, and this is the beautiful thing about Camilla. So many people get involved and want to contribute from all across the world, and we have a lot of friends even in London and in the UK, like Sam and Em. I know they're listening right now. In fact, Camilla was just in London a couple of weeks ago. She wanted to learn about this Doctor Who.
Oh, did you? She's a fan of Doctor Who?
Well, now she is. She met some of the cast, and now she wants to travel in time too. Well, there is no stopping this chicken.
Oh, crikey, there is no stopping the chicken. Well, getting her into space must have been a tricky thing. So how did you propel Camilla the chicken into space?
Well, in this particular instance, what happened was the high school kids in a little town here in California, Bishop, California, they really wanted to do some hands-on science projects, and they put together this high-altitude balloon. So it's a big balloon filled with helium, and it has a little gondola, like a payload. Mm-hmm. And Camilla was attached to the gondola in her knitted spacesuit outfit and a little helmet. And attached to Camilla were some radiation badges. So these kids wanted to measure the radiation from a solar storm that happened earlier in March. And so Camilla flew up, and the whole flight took about 2.5 hours. And she reached almost 40 kilometers altitude. Wow. And up there, you're above 99% of the atmosphere. And you have a beautiful view of Earth, and you can see the blackness of space. And Camilla just totally enjoyed it up there.
Do you know, Romeo, it's been my dream since I was a little girl to go into outer space. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was tiny. And the idea of Camilla being able to see the curvature of the Earth almost makes up for the fact that I'll probably never realise my dream. What did she make of it?
Well, this was her third flight.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Almost a year ago, she had her first flight with 2 other mascots. And that flight didn't go so well because they got caught in the jet stream and they landed in a swamp area in Louisiana.
Oh, dear.
But luckily, they had astronaut survival training, and they were fine until we, the rescue crew, got to them 5 days later.
Oh, thank heavens you got to them in time. That could have been nasty. But Camilla is actually training. She wants to go
into space and visit her best friend. Her best friend is NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory. That's a satellite we launched about 2 years ago that looks very closely at the sun, takes images in different wavelengths so we can study what's happening on the sun. And we get asked so many times, well, why do you want to know what's happening on the sun? Half of the time is up there, and when it's not raining, it's not. But we actually do want to know a lot about the sun, because imagine this. Your Olympic Games on in just 3 months.
Yes.
A big solar flare takes out the power in London.
Oh, my word. That's unthinkable, Romeo. That's unthinkable. It won't happen, will it?
Camilla says it could happen.
Oh.
We really want to study the sun better so we can do space weather predictions. So we want to learn more about the workings of the sun and then be able to do much better forecasts with space weather, like we do here on Earth. Like you have rain now and probably tomorrow too. We want to do space weather predictions so we can protect our satellites in space, our astronauts in space, and also us people down here on Earth, because we've become so dependent on technology.
Yeah, well, quite. And if there is a big solar storm, it could cause absolute chaos. It's not we used to have a lot of power cuts, Romeo, in the beginning of the 70s. It wouldn't be like that. This would be, hell on wheels. It could potentially be a nightmare. So when's Camilla going back up?
Well, okay, so Camilla right now has to, like every astronaut, she has to train. And actually, she just spent 2 weeks in Star City, Russia, to train with some of the U.S. and ESA astronauts. And, as soon as she's ready for space flight, she will be the first one to walk up to the capsule and go in.
Oh, she's a brave chicken, isn't she?
Absolutely, and she really loves to inspire kids. But you know what I learned, Vic? Adults love to follow Camilla's adventures as much as kids do.
So where can we follow Camilla's adventures, Romeo?
Well, since Camilla uses social media, she can be found on pretty much any of the social media outlets, from Twitter to Facebook to Google Plus to Instagram. And she tells the story as it is, and she answers questions, and she loves to combine fun and science, and just makes it entertaining.
It does make it entertaining. But listen, Romeo, may I ask a favour?
Absolutely.
Well, look, we are huge fans here on the afternoon show of chickens. We have our own chicken. She's called Lady Godiva Duracell, and she's a rescue chicken that we're showing in Philongly. I'm sure you've heard of the Philongly show out there in the States. They're reintroducing their poultry section, so we're showing her later this year. So, number one, we love chickens, okay? Number two, we love knitting. It's what we do. It's the home of knitting here in the whole of the universe, pretty much. We do lots of knitting here on the afternoon show. And we are very experienced, thanks to our adoptive hen. We're very experienced in knitting for chickens. You see, it's what we do best. So is there any chance we could knit a suit for Camilla to perhaps wear when she goes up to space or in her training?
I think Camilla's pretty excited about that idea.
I think I'm pretty excited about that idea too. Camilla is going to wear one of our suits. Listen, Romeo, I think I actually love you. Thank you very much indeed for telling us all about Camilla. And we will follow her adventures on Facebook and Twitter. And we'll send you a suit as well.
That would be lovely. Thank you so much for having us on the show. And never stop your dreams. You can still become an astronaut, Vic.
Oh, well, let's hope so. One day, Romeo. I will. I do actually love you. Please come and see us next time you're in the UK, won't you?
I will do that, absolutely. We'll make a special appearance.
Oh, do! I love Romeo. I love Romeo Dersher. He's the nicest man in the world. And we'll follow Camilla and make sure we keep an eye on her adventures. Camilla the Space Chicken. If you do a search for Camilla the chicken, she is literally all over the place on Facebook and Twitter, and you can follow her via us, facebook.com/Vic Afternoons and twitter.com/Vic Afternoons as well. Magical stuff. I love the idea of a chicken in space wearing a suit knitted by us. How magic would that be?